Alright, Shalom. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua. Double honors to the apostles of GMS and the sincere. Shalom to the brothers out there pushing his truth and sincerity. And I wanted to pretty much get into the topic about, what was it? Just not believing in everything not believing in everything you see. Because, and what I mean by that is, not not just physically, but between another person's disguise, because you have a lot of people, or should I say, a lot of Jake in sheep's clothing. You got to be aware of that. You got to be careful of it. You to be spiritually concerned about it, because you have, like I said, you have a lot of Jake out there that's just in disguise. I did a video on that, last week. Going into that, it's you still have that going on. But that's why, that's why St. John 16:13 says, Yahweh shall leave it, the Spirit of the Lord shall guide us into all things. That's one. And that it is true, because if we stay faithful unto the Lord, we're able to pretty much see through the things that's being thrown our way. But that's comes with a lot of prayer. We gotta keep doing the works of the Lord, because you have guys that want to creep in, learn a couple things, and go out. And I know I go into videos like this a little bit more often now, because you got niggas being exposed left and right now. You have a whole bunch of other shit coming out. But the main thing is the prophecies, but you have these guys that just want to come in, learn their own thing, leave, make their own shit, and then try to come against us or try to break us down, and that's not going to happen. Because you can't break down what the Lord originally set up. Just like we can't break down what the Lord originally set up for Esau until Yahweh Shah comes back. Then we can do it. But there's always a time and order. So either way we look at it, they can't do nothing no more than we can against others. But we stay strong and faithful unto the Lord. He gives us spiritual powers. Technically, believe it or not, it may not be the ones that goes into the history or like Esau's weapons, but he gives us that spiritual armor, really, like Ephesians 6:11, where it says, "Put on the whole armor of Yahweh." That's a spiritual power in itself. To be protected from being bugged out or being shot or blown away, or even if that was the case, that if you died in the truth, then that was for a noble reason. But for it to be shot down for something you done completely wicked, and that you lost that spiritual armor. You see, you have other guys that don't believe in certain things like that, or many things, but they want to come against us when we try to teach a better way or the correct way or how to do things, and they'll go against the ones that originally taught them. And that's where you get what is it, 2 Chronicles 36:16, where it talks about they mocked the messengers of Yahweh. That's them. They're the reincarnation of what happened back then, and then they're here today doing the same thing. That means no different from how they did Yahweh Shah. They had him hung on the cross. They persecuted him. I mean, they mocked him. It's a whole list and so on and so forth. But that's why we gotta remain spiritual, because even though those things have happened and are still happening, we can't allow that to take us off. Just like the Lord didn't allow all that happened to take him off. He was tempted 3 times, and he still remains faithful. That's how we gotta be. And we're not even taking up on the same exact affliction as Yahweh Shai is, or Yahweh Shai has taken up. That's why we. That's why what we go through is not really that bad, because when you look, like, for example, you went through some shit between another brother in the camp, then maybe 6 months down the line, or maybe less, you look back at that shit and you kind of laugh about it. It's just like, we just argued over something pretty stupid. And that's a lot of things now. We're pretty much arguing over stupid things. Like, of course, we defend the truth, but we're arguing against something that is completely stupid, such as a made-up doctrine. A made-up doctrine is completely stupid. The benefit to what it is, we look back on that. It's like we just debated a stupid nigga on something completely stupid. I mean, it was for a righteous thing, but it was just like, sometimes you look back at it and laugh. It's like, was that nigga really worth it? But that's more so the Lord working with us, or talking through us, really, because we could say that we just want to let it go because that nigga ain't worth it, but the spirit of the Lord will hop on us and tell us to go ahead and just the harp on it. So we can't. I mean, that's why we don't go by what we say. We do by what the Lord says. And that's still the key point, because He ultimately controls us. He ultimately is the master puppet. He's the master puppet behind everything. We can't do anything about that. You can't control, as other people say, you can control your own fate. It doesn't work that way. And at this point, we willingly don't want it to happen. We willingly don't want to control our fate. We want to leave that up to the Lord, because we have that understanding that He is the one who does everything. Just like it says in Isaiah 45:7, I create the light, I form the darkness. I, the Lord, do all these things. I create good and I create and evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. So if He could do all that, if He could control the light, which we can't even do, we could flick the switch, but that doesn't mean we could physically control the light. Or if He could turn the light into dark, then what way do we have of controlling our own fate? Something that's far above our understanding. We can't control our fate. The Lord controls our fate. That's how He gets to create and control when it's daytime or nighttime. We can't control that. We have what, like a time to tell us when what time it is, or you can see that the sun's going down, but who's controlling the sun to go down, or the earth to rotate? But that's just the wonders of Yahweh Shai. We don't have that spiritual gift yet. We don't have those spiritual powers like that. In a sense, we do, but not like how Yahweh Shai has it. But that's what these guys are looking for, is the spiritual powers, or something to show that they're the top-notch guys, and it's not the case. Because the hell with the popularity and fame in Babylon. What I'm worried about is, will I get that popularity and fame in the kingdom? Let alone if I'm even approved of being of the elect in the kingdom. And that's the main key right there. These guys ain't worried about what the Lord says. He's worried about doing what they want to do. Waking up more niggas, looking for more women, the views, just something to make them sound deep. And it's not about sounding deep as much as it is educating, or should we say edifying. Because that's the main key. We edify and we prophesy. That should be the logo in itself. We edify and prophesy. And those are the main things that we worry about. So to hell with all this worldly shit, because this is gonna go flushing down. especially when Babylon falls. You can see that a lot of these guys are just in it for the fame. So this is Isaiah. I mean, that when you read Isaiah 42 and 22, it goes into our people being robbed and spoiled, and snares and traps, and that's one of those things. It's of course Babylon, but it's other prophecies. I mean, not other prophecies. These other doctrines that come about not making any sense. And Esau promotes that shit. He just pushes it. It's like, yeah, let these niggas fight one against another. That's what they do best. Then that's what Esau sees best in us. But we see better. But these other camps, they only see what they want to see or what's in front of them. But this place, that's why this place has to go, because Esau pushes these things in front of Jake's eyes, and they're not being spiritual about it. They only see skin color or some materialistic shit. And that has nothing to do with what the Lord wants us to do. That's why Esau's going to receive his fate too. You're going to receive Esau's fate along with him. Only you're not going to go to slavery. But that's why this place, it'll be beautiful when this place folds. Hey, perfect example, Malachi 4:1, where it says the proud shall be burned, shall be destroyed, stubble, all that. The proud is not only just Esau, but 2/3 of our people, including the ones that know they're Israelites and go off doing some wayward, awkward shit. Because that's all these doctrines are, is just awkward. It just sounds weird when you look at it, or just hearing it. So that's why that proudness got to be burnt up. It got to be wiped clean, because it's just nothing but a festering disease. Just like Esau. Just like all these other doctrines. It doesn't make any sense. So all that's going to be burnt up. So with that, I just want to say Shalom. Pretty much it. But Shalom. Death to Babylon.